So do you like edit stuff?
Yes. So anything you say that you don't like or you mess up, just doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's such a busy background, isn't it? It's so shiny as well. I'm like, oh.
I don't know where.
Well, not. Normally it would go somewhere like there.
That's
it's
nice.
gonna look like I have a plant coming out of my head, whatever happens. I think. No, it's not gonna. There's nothing I can do about that.
What's that little man that has leaves growing out of his head?
I have absolutely no idea.
Can you just do the intro and I hold him?
Okay. I'm so nervous. This isn't gonna be. No, it's definitely in focus.
Okay.
Let's do this. I really hope this is what. My worst nightmare is that I film something and the whole entire thing is just out of focus.
Weird.
I'm like, great, cool. Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready, Struce? You ready for it? He's like, hi guys, I'm here with my best friend Sascha and Struce. My guinea pig.
This little babe.
My guinea pig Tuft. We're going to be talking to you today about loads of different things. Girl stuff, women stuff, first times, just general girly chit chat. So yeah, we're going to get straight into it. We also have some gin drinks that we made earlier that we're going to be sipping while we chat to you because everything's more fun with gin, I think, really.
Yeah.
Don't drink
agree.
if you're underage or anything like that. Like, be 18 or 21 if you're in the UK.
Mine's
in the US.
really weak anyway.
Huh?
Mine's really weak.
Do you not put much in it?
No, I put some, but I didn't put loads.
Alright, Struce, you gonna go back?
I think he should go back.
Yeah, he's looking at me like, put me back.
It's time to go back.
Alright, Struce, come on.
Oh.
So what have we got in these drinks? We have berries, gin, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Elderflower press with grape juice, blackberries, loads of stuff.
And it's nice because it's fizzy.
And it's not like, it's not too sweet.
No, it's really refreshing. It's what you want.
Okay, so I'm going to be reading a little bit off my phone, so if I'm looking down, that's why, but we have some notes to make sure that we stay on topic. Okay, so firstly, yeah, introductions. So this is Sascha. I have known you for, oh my god, it must be like over 10 years now.
I think it's more.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, it's getting more towards the 15-year mark. I first met you in our hometown of Lewis. Do you remember the first time we met? I remember the first time I met you, but I wonder if you remember the first time you met me.
I think I was doing something really weird.
I think you were.
I don't know what I was doing, but what did I say? I can't remember.
It was you. Sasha's sister Pascal is in my year at school. I think it was either your birthday or Pass's birthday. I think it might have been your birthday. And we were up in this place in Lewis. There's a castle and you can kind of climb up quite high and there's like a big hill and you can look over like most of Lewis. And I think we were up sort of near there-ish and you were really drunk with our friend Max, I think. It was your birthday, yeah, it was your birthday. You were just,
yeah, no, I remember.
You weren't
that.
like hammered, you were just, you know, tipsy.
So embarrassing.
It's not.
So wasted.
You were, I think it was, and it might have even been something like your 21st or something. I swear it was around that sort of time, or maybe your 18th. And you were wearing a black coat with black and white print inside it.
Oh yeah, that coat. I remember that one.
And I think you were hanging out with Max.
But what did I say? I said something really weird to you.
I don't remember it being that
Something
weird.
about like eating pasta or...
Did you?
I don't know, I swear that's what you've always said.
I don't remember that. Maybe.
Okay, anyway. Yeah. I really liked Sophie when I first met her. I mean, she was quite shy and cute and timid, but I just really liked her. She was just, I don't know, just the kind of girl that you would really want to be friends with. I really wanted to be friends with you.
Oh, that's cute.
And maybe that's why I was a bit like,
I think, yeah, it was like there was loads of people around and it was quite a busy evening, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. That was the first time we met, or that's the first memory I have of you anyway. So next we're going to talk about our first times. Lots of different types of first times, but the first time is going to be our, I've said first so many times. First kiss.
Oh.
Get your drink for that.
God. I mean, my first kiss with a boy
Yeah.
was, I think I was about, I don't know, I was a real tomboy, so I wasn't really into like kissing, and I wasn't really into boys, really. I mean, like, I secretly liked them, but they were always my friends, so I don't think they ever really wanted to kiss me. But I do remember a sleepover that I went to when I was about 11 or 12 maybe, and we had to play this game called 7 Minutes in Heaven, where you go into a cupboard,
Yeah.
and you're in there for 7 minutes, and the lights are dark, and you have to kiss them, or like chat or do something for 7 minutes. And then come out and then tell everybody what you did, and usually it was like kissing or like, oh,
That's quite a lot of pressure, isn't it? You must sit in a cupboard for 7 minutes.
It's really scary because, yeah, and I went in with like one of my friends who was a boy,
Yeah.
and he was like really nice, he was really sweet, and like, I mean, maybe had like a crush on him, but not really. And I think we were really sweet. Actually, no, maybe I didn't kiss him. I think he said something like, let's pretend we kissed.
Yeah, I did that a few times.
Which was always weird. And maybe like I just kissed him on the cheek. So that doesn't really count, maybe. Oh, that's not really a first time, is it?
I think that's the first time. I was really similar actually. I didn't really like holding hands or kissing or anything like that with boys because I was quite similar. A lot of my friends at school, I had a lot of female friends, and then I found them quite bitchy generally at school. Like, I think girls can be quite bitchy when you're that age at school.
Yeah,
so I tended to hang out with guys a lot more. So I think my sort of experience was quite similar, probably. Very innocent, didn't really want to do it, felt really awkward.
And there's like a pressure, like people do, like at school, they're like, kiss him, kiss him.
Yeah,
Like,
I used to make you hold hands and stuff. I was like, no, I don't want to. I just want to be innocent.
And it was always like a thing of like everybody watching while you did stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
Which is really weird. Like, it was never like a nice, it was always like, oh, you're going to kiss him? Like, let's all stand and watch. And like they would stare, and it was just a really weird situation.
Weird. But yeah, I think it gets easier as you get older. If you are that age and you're kind of in that situation at the moment, that's the bit of advice I'd probably give you, and we'd probably give you. It definitely gets easier as you get older.
Yeah.
So
and you don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
No. Yeah.
I never did.
Don't feel pressured into doing stuff, and yeah, just stand your ground, I would say. If you're not comfortable with something, then just say, it's not for me. Right, first time being drunk, or first time with alcohol.
Oh God. Well,
I can remember mine vividly.
what was yours?
I wasn't like ill or anything. It was at my friend Elizabeth Russell's house, and we were all camping, and I think either her or her mum had got us some alcohol pops just because it was like a bit of a birthday thing, and she was like, yeah, you can have like a Smirnoff Ice and a hooch. And
they were so good.
A few of my friends downed theirs and were sick, and I had mine, and I was just scared. I don't really like, as an individual, I don't like feelings that I can't control, like in terms of, so I don't like being too drunk basically because I feel out of control and I don't like it. It's not a nice feeling really. So I didn't want to get too drunk, but I remember feeling a bit heady and weird, and I did like the feeling, to be honest, but it was definitely unusual. I hadn't felt anything like it before.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I was like, I think up until year 11, I'd maybe pretended to be drunk.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, I think, when you're younger, isn't
and
there?
I maybe had like a drink, and I'd be like, I'm so wasted. But I wasn't at all.
Actually,
like,
I'm totally stone
you just sort of, like, you just get really sort of, I don't know,
yeah,
hyped up, and then you just hyper really, as if you were just drinking Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
So, and then year 11, it was the end of year 11, and there was a party at someone's house, and I never really went to parties. I was more like a kind of like hanging out in the park kind of person. So I went to a party, and I got so drunk for the first time, and it was like paralytic, and it was so embarrassing, and I was in this guy's bathroom, and I was being sick everywhere, and like people in my year were trying to help me, and then I remember this guy coming in who I quite fancied, and I hadn't told him in like our entire school years, and I was like, kiss me. And he was like, no. And I was just honestly just being sick, like just being sick in this bowl, and like I was being sick in the loo, and it was so embarrassing. And then I think I broke a handle by accident on the side of the bath, like, you know, like a bath handle.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
And I broke it, and the next day the guy was like, "Oh, you broke my bath," and I was like, "Oh," it was just so embarrassing.
Was that the first time you ever got like really drunk?
Really drunk. Like I had to, like my dad came and picked me up from my friend's house the next day, and I was being sick all day. I had like alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, alcohol poisoning is the worst. I'm trying to think. Yeah, the first time I got really drunk was with your sister actually, and our friend Sascha, and we just drank way too much. We played this stupid card game with shots and stuff, and yeah, I didn't. After I got that drunk, I was really sick. I didn't drink afterwards for months. I couldn't even smell alcohol. It was awful. Advice-wise, in terms of alcohol, is don't go too overboard, and don't. Again, I know it's kind of like what we said before, but don't feel pressured into drinking too much, because everybody is different, and I think some people can really handle their booze. Like I have friends that can just handle alcohol. I am not one of those people. I have 2 drinks and I am drunk.
2 drinks?
Yeah, literally. It doesn't take much at all, and you know what? Like the hangover isn't worth it, and the drunk feeling that you get after the point of being tipsy isn't really worth it either, I don't think.
No.
Memories of your first ever boyfriend.
Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad. Again, I was just so awkward, and I was quite romantic. As a child, I was a very romantic sort of person. I used to like watching Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility, and I used to think like, oh, if only, you know, Mr. Darcy. So I was a bit weird. So I kind of always was like, well, I'm going to wait for someone really wonderful. And then this boy did ask me out. He went to an all-boys school. And I didn't go to an all-boys school. I went to a mixed school. And he asked me out. And we went out for like a week. And then he phoned up my house phone and was like, oh, you're a bit boring and I don't think it's going to work out. And
what? Boys are so mean.
Because I didn't, like, maybe it's because I wasn't like really girlfriend, and I was kind of thinking, no, I'm waiting for something really lovely to happen. Like, when is he gonna like do some kind of sweet gesture or something like that? And he didn't do it. So I was just like, oh, okay, well maybe we're just friends. And then we never really did anything. Like, we just sort of like hung out. And then I think maybe his friends were like, oh, she's so rubbish because she's not gonna kiss you and she's not gonna do that. And then I was like, oh, fine, okay, dump me.
I think it's really hard when you first start going out with boys or girls or whatever, and you've grown up watching Disney films and all of these amazing romantic love stories where everything is just perfect. And sometimes it is perfect, but a lot of the time it actually isn't. And it's not really what they kind of say it's going to be. And I think Disney, I love Disney films, don't get me wrong, but in some ways it's kind of ruined like women and men's perception of what relationships are, especially at a very young age. So your expectations are so high about what a guy's going to be like or what a girl's going to be like, and actually you kind of end up being a little bit disappointed. I've found that anyway, a little bit, but I mean, you know, that it was fine. It was a learning curve, and I'm glad I went through it. My first ever boyfriend was a guy called, a guy called Jack. I think I was about 5. We got married underneath a tree. Yeah. He's actually still a really good friend as well.
Oh, that's
Jack
so cute.
Yeah, he's a really sweet guy. But yeah, we were just really young, and yeah, he was one of my best friends actually.
Aww.
Jack is amazing at art. Like, he is just unreal at painting and photography and stuff. And he used to draw me these amazing cards, but they were like, I can draw now, and he was about 5. He is unreal at painting, and
but talent is always attractive.
Talent is always attractive. Next up, we're going to talk about kind of girly stuff. So periods, becoming a woman, just all those things that some people don't really feel that comfortable talking about, but we're just going to dive straight in.
We're going to
We're going to do it.
TMI.
Yeah.
Get in there.
No such thing. No such thing as too much information here. Alright, so periods. When you first started your period, what it was like, how you felt. Yeah, Go, far away.
I was like 16 verging on 17 maybe, and I was doing my AS levels, and like everyone had their period, and I was just like, what is wrong with me? Like, I'm so weird. And I just didn't have it for ages, and then I think I was actually 17, and then it was after a dance class, I was like feeling a bit funny, and I was like, oh no, and I had no idea what to do, like, and it's different, I think, when you're younger and your mum like really shows you, like, you sort of freak out in the bathroom, and then one of your parents is like, oh no, it's okay, it's normal, like, this is what you do. I didn't have that, and I was kind of like preparing myself for it, but even when I started so late, I was like, what do I do? Oh no, I've now got to go and get something for it, and it was really weird, but I was quite thankful that it eventually arrived.
Happened, yeah.
Because it was just so late. But actually now, when I think about it, I'm really grateful that it was so late.
I think it can definitely affect you, can't it, really, coming on your period. Because the worst thing about it is it will be so much better in a way if it happened when you were older. Because I think you'd be so prepared. But during those times, like, you know, between the age of however young you can start at, 11, maybe even earlier than that, to the age of 18, 19, 20, they're your most like formative, embarrassing years where you're so self-conscious and you're so awkward and you're trying to fit into situations, and then that happens and it's just like, great, cool, cheers, you know, throw that in there as well, even though I'm worried about boys and everything else. So yeah, it's a bit awkward. But I'm trying to think of my first time. Yeah, I actually remember the exact day. I was in year 8, so I must have been about 12 or 13. Yeah. I was in science class, went to the toilet, realised it had happened, didn't know what to do, went back into my class, and I had my best friend in my class with me, so I just whispered to her, and she'd already started, so she gave me some stuff, and I just had to figure it out. And that's basically what happened.
Ugh, gosh, being a woman.
Being women is fun.
It is fun though, actually.
Yeah.
I love being a woman. I wouldn't want to be a man.
No, me neither.
I really like being a girl.
I think being a girl is fun. I think, yeah, which actually leads us on quite well to our next topic of conversation, which is being a woman in 2017. What it's like.
Whoa, 2017?
It's 2016!
Is it?
Oh my god, when are we?
She sound making me really nervous. No.
It's 2016. It's 2016. Oh my god. I'm a year ahead.
So big.
I had it written down here, yeah, being a woman in 2017. Okay.
Wishing your life away.
Right, being a woman in
2016.
2016. Which is
here
the year
and now.
we are currently now. Yeah.
In. Okay.
So what I was going to kind of ask you and what's going on?
I've just been looking at you this whole time, like, I haven't been looking at the camera at all. I've just been like, oh,
staring at me going
Sophie.
mental.
And we're sitting so close.
I know, it's quite...
This is the closest I've been to Sophie in ages.
I know. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, what is it like being a woman at the moment? We can, you know, kind of go into like work, what it's like being this age, because I think it's quite an interesting time for women generally. I mean, the whole like He for She campaign with Emma Watson, you know, Jennifer Aniston has spoken out about her experiences in like the spotlight. I think there's a lot of women now kind of talking about their experiences being a woman at the moment. How do you kind of feel as a woman at the moment? Things that you have noticed that have changed since you were younger, things that you really enjoy about being a woman in 2016, not 2017.
You tell me.
Alright.
I'm going to think about this one.
Okay. So I'm not going off on a tangent, but when I was younger, I remember there being a lot of, you sort of mentioned this earlier when we were talking about what we were going to talk about, kind of like catcalling. And I actually think, weirdly enough, thinking about it, that's got better now than it was when I was younger. Maybe it's because I've just got older and I'm just no longer...
No one wants to catcall me.
Yeah, no one wants to catcall me. But when I was younger, I remember noticing when guys paid attention to me because I was more of a woman rather than a young girl. And as I've got older, I think men have got a little bit more conscious about the fact they're doing it. I don't notice it as much, personally. It still happens, but I don't. Yeah. I think the world is getting a little bit more used to the fact that men and women are equal, and you know, you can't really do that. It's not really the right thing to do, to just sort of shout at someone, whether they're a woman or a man, your opinion of how they look. It's just not really, it's not really something that people do as much as they used to. But I think it still happens.
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely still happens. I think I deal with it better now than I used to.
Yeah.
And for people who don't know what it is, it's like when men generally like whistle or call stuff out, like when you walk past, or like, you know, yeah, and it's kind of like trying to compliment you.
Yeah.
But you just feel really embarrassed and kind of put on the spot. I mean, I don't know, personally that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I kind of, it catches you off guard and you're a bit like, oh, and you don't really know how to take it. I never really take it well. I'm never like, oh, thanks. And
I mean,
it's not even like, I don't know, it's...
To me, it's like, imagine if you were in a club and all the lights went on and the music stopped and someone just shouted over the mic, I think you're really fit.
Yeah.
You would just be standing there like, okay, I appreciate that's a compliment, but I'm kind of secretly mortified.
Yeah.
because it's in such a public place and everyone's eyes are on you, and it kind of just brings everyone's attention to you as an individual when it's not really attention that you kind of want. That's how I'd explain it anyway, and that's how it kind of feels when it happens to me.
Yeah, and maybe like, maybe when I'm like really, really old, I might be like, damn it, no one...
Yeah, no one tells me anymore.
No one whistles down the street anymore. Like, I don't
You've
know.
got your little Zimmer.
I'm like, come on, someone give me a toot toot.
But I just think, you know...
I'm really... No, I wouldn't like it. I just don't like it. I just always feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't like it. It makes me feel really uncomfortable.
God.
It makes me feel... Yeah, it just makes me feel really embarrassed. That's pretty much it. There isn't anything else on my list. I think we've covered quite a lot though, and I don't want this video to be ridiculously long and kind of rambly. So, yeah, I think you good to wrap it up. Wrap it up. Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's something a little bit different. I don't normally do this kind of thing on my channel, but it's good to be chatty. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you liked meeting Sascha, give it a thumbs up. Comment, let us know what you thought, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, guys, and we will see you soon.